1st marks the National Day of Canada. The UAE is Canada's top export market in the MENA region, and currently the trade and investment relationship between the two nations continues to be fast growing. Well, let's now speak to the Consul General in Dubai, Jean-Philippe Linteau. Your Excellency, great to have you on the programme. What's your message today on Canada Day to the UAE business community?
Well, thank you very much for having me on your show there, Greg. It's a pleasure to be with you. So the message that I have for the business community is pretty simple. It's Canada remains synonymous with diversity, with innovation, with sustainability. And, I want to invite the UAE business community to continue to partner with Canadian businesses to advance their interest and to find ways to thrive together. But Greg, this year's Canada Day is a lot more about reflection than about celebration, because this year we have to reflect about the lives that we lost to COVID in the past year. It's a global phenomenon. We also reflect on the decades of abuse and that were faced by our Indigenous people in Canada, including our residential school system, where Indigenous children were taken away from their parents and to be assimilated, under the colonial policies that were in place at the time. We must never forget those innocent lives that were lost to these policies. And this Canada Day, we reaffirm our commitment to tackling the issues around systemic racism and discrimination.
So with less than 100 days to go to Expo 2020 Dubai, can you tell us about Canada's economic focus at the exhibition?
Yes, happy to do that, Greg. But think about where we were last year. And if we had said, Expo is going to take place in 2021, people were doubtful, right? And people thought maybe that's not possible. But this country, and this is a testament to the leadership in this country, maybe no other country in the world could have pulled it off, right? This country not only has made Expo possible, but it will be a success. We're convinced of that, and we're pleased to be part of it as Canada. Last year for us was a banner year for trade. There were challenges every year, and yet we managed to grow our bilateral trade between Canada and the UAE by 17%, both ways, to above $2 billion now. On investment, we also had a banner year. We had a massive new investment in the ADNOC pipeline project with Canadian investors being involved. And we inaugurated this is the flagship building, or the most visible sign of Canadian investment in Dubai. We inaugurated the ICD Brookfield building in Dubai. So that relationship is very strong, and we'll use Expo. We'll keep the focus at Expo on trade and investment.
Your Excellency, there are many Canadians working here in the UAE. How would you describe their contribution to the local economy?
Yeah, I'm very proud to say that we have approximately 40,000 Canadians in the UAE, and these are Canadians. These are builders. These are Canadians who are building the local economy. They work in business. They work in schools. They work in government. Canada is the best educated workforce in the world, with over 55% having reached tertiary education. So that is reflected in the Canadian population that we have here in the UAE. So those Canadians are active in tech, in finance, in other areas, in law, engineering, and so on. And they're making a real contribution to the growth of the economy. And I do look forward to introduce some of them to you in future conversations.
We very much hope so. Jean-Philippe Linteau, Consul General of Canada in Dubai and the Northern Emirates. Thanks for being with us, and once again, best wishes on Canada Day.